Theme song.
Beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. Copyright. Oh, man. Oh, anyways, welcome to Nelson All Over. I'm Nelson. I'm here with my good friend Roberto, who is from Shear Boardom Table Talk. Tabletop Talk.
Table Talk, Shear Boardom Table Talk.
Table Talk, Shear Boardom.
Shear Boardom. Horrible for SEO.
Horrible for SEO. That's how I know your title. Like, your title is Table Talk, Horrible, or Shear Boardom, Horrible for SEO. It's colon. Horrible for SEO.
Yeah.
Because every single time we play code names, it's always there. It's part of the shtick.
Yeah, you can't find it. He even Tim said, I've had the hardest time finding you because if you look up Shear Boredom, guess what's not going to pop up? This guy.
It's super clever, though.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But, okay, so new channel. So this is probably...
New channel, who dis?
Yeah, this is the first interview on the new channel.
Yes.
Which is really exciting. I'm happy to be doing it with you.
Yeah, thank you.
You gave me my first interview when I got into content creation.
Really?
Yeah.
Dope.
You were the first person who interviewed me for board game content creation.
Gosh, I hope it's
now
way better than I interviewed you. There's stakes now. You gotta interview me better.
That was back when Instagram you could only do 2 people at a time on live.
Yeah.
So we had to figure all that out. But
because I think Dalton had a COVID situation, and we went on Zoom, and I had to figure out how to cut it and put it into Instagram and all this stuff, but I think you were the one to record it in the first place. So
who knows? Anyways, we are here. We're talking about content creation. So board game content creation.
Wait, we are?
I hope so.
Okay.
That's what I prepared for.
Perfect.
But yeah. So with this segment, I'm talking to people about things that they're passionate about within the board game space, and you are obviously very passionate about content creation. You have the Shear Boardom Table Talk, Instagram, you have a YouTube channel that you run with your lovely wife.
Yeah, she's my wife now.
Yeah, my wife,
my
John
wife.
Mulaney.
Yes.
I didn't kill my wife. So you do interviews and reviews on your YouTube channel, and then you are kind of the person that kicked off Board Vengers. You're the person who brought us all together, and then it's a huge thing now that we're all a part of. I love it. I love being a part of it, but it was your kind of baby.
This is my baby, yeah.
Your baby.
I mean, it all came from interviewing people.
Yeah.
I thought we all came from separate sections of the board game industry or the board game space, the sphere, the content creation area. And we decided to do a game of the year, and here we are.
Yeah. Yeah, and here we are. How it has grown.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. It's pretty exciting. So I thought it was super fitting when I asked you what you wanted to talk about on the show, and you said content creation. One, it works so well because it's the first interview on the new channel, and 2, you just have such a rich background in content creation.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
You've seen so much of it, and so tonight or today, whenever you're watching this video, I guess.
Yeah. What time is it? It's time to party.
It is time to party.
And we're doing it right now.
We are doing it right now. We are talking about getting into and how to do board game content creation.
Yeah.
So, yeah, did I miss anything? Did I miss any of the plugs that I was supposed to go in for you?
For us, we're Nelson and Roberto.
We're Nelson and Roberto, yeah.
Yes.
It's been a flourishing friendship.
It has been. But again, thanks to Instagram and content creation, which I think would be a great segue into just talking about getting to know people on the internet randomly. And
which is something that my parents told me not to do.
Yeah.
And now it's what I do for like a living.
On a regular basis.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. And I think the board game space is such a good spot for that because everyone is so passionate about board games and they're so friendly, right? I think that there are some niches in the board game space where the competitiveness kind of wins out a little bit, but just as a whole, it's one of the most like friendly communities I've ever been a part of.
I have seen that and the other side of it. As far as, you go onto Instagram and it's all lovey-dovey there, but there are other parts of the internet.
We don't talk about Twitter.
We don't talk about Twitter. We don't talk about
Bruno.
We don't talk about Roberto. We don't talk about Facebook.
Yeah.
Because Facebook is such an open forum. Granted, there's great pockets of board game space there as well. But there's some controversy here and there going on on Facebook and Twitter all the time. That being said, I think it's more positive, way more positive than negative.
Yeah, just
sure.
overall, it's a very positive community.
Yeah.
Very, very much so. So, content creation, what does that mean to you?
What does that mean to me? Everything is content.
Everything is content. There's
Everything
a reel.
is content.
You did it.
When I first started, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just at that point. I thought everything actually is content. Let me take this picture. If you go into the depths of my Instagram, I think it was just some crude photos of Everdell and some other things. Right, just taking
Did you say
some
crude or lewd?
both.
Oh, perfect.
Jeff Goldblum style.
Be right back.
I have the Everdell tree and promiscuously placed. No.
Cool.
Yes,
Okay.
and now we're here.
Yeah.
But just some, like, I feel crude photos, not cropped out, and it's something I think you learn as you progress. Yes, I started there, and now I'm on this crazy journey that I had no idea I was even going to be a part of.
Yeah.
But for the most part, content creation is just doing something that I want to do for myself. Because once I start doing it for other people, it loses its appeal. I have to do it because I have to do it. Just doesn't sound fun to me, and I want to do it because it's fun, not because I have to do it.
Yeah. So when you got into content creation, you thought it was going to be fun, not necessarily. It's not a service that you wanted to provide to somebody. It was something internal. This brought you joy.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't cut hair at that point in time because I just couldn't. It was COVID times. I think a lot of us have that same story of we're stay-at-home order. What do I do with my hands? Can't drink White Claw and play Call of Duty all the time. Shout out to my wife with that line there. So I decided to do other things. I would take pictures of like time lapses of playing a game with my family, or time lapses of unboxing a video. Not video. Time lapses of unboxing a game, whatever it was. I just tossed it out there, and all of a sudden I found this great community of people, more so on Instagram than anything else. I was just more Instagram focused.
Yeah. So you said that when it got to a point where you weren't doing it for yourself, have you gotten to that point? And are you there, or have you come back from that? Or talk me through that a little bit, because that's kind of interesting.
Absolutely. It's an ebb and flow. Once you get into content creation and people start to notice your content, you can... Actually, let me pause there. When you start out, ask everyone for everything. Because the worst thing they can say is no. And the next worst thing they can do is not respond. Right?
Yeah.
So every yes is an opportunity for you to be able to do something. And as long as you get that done, cool, especially if you want to be a content creator specifically. That being said, now that I'm into it, I have had ebbs and flows and just highs and lows of content creation, because it is a grind, man. It's a grind. Trying to think of something new all the time, of something that will flow well with your channel. And there are times, for example, I just did a Star Wars villainous video where I bought a lightsaber. I did this whole production thing.
That was really cool.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
My son was the guy with the camera. It didn't get too many views, but then I just do this silly thing on Instagram about, I found out what a rattle can was, because I'm with miniature painters now, and there was a packaging that one of the hairsprays, because I'm a hairstylist, one of the hairsprays has a rattle effect to it now, and I was like a metal piece in it, and I said, hey, miniature painters and hairdressers have this in common. Now we both use rattle cans, and I got way more views than anything in a long time that I had put out. So I don't know, I guess I'm trying to say you can't get discouraged if something gets small views versus more views.
Just something. And I think if you put yourself in the mindset that you're doing it to have fun,
yes,
like that's one of the things that I have ebbed and flowed with as well, right? Like
Yeah.
you can get so caught up in the views and the numbers, and you
Yeah.
want the numbers to go up, and then that starts stressing at least me out,
Yeah.
right? And it's like, why are my numbers not
Absolutely.
going up? And then it's like you take a step back and it's like, okay, this is fun.
Yeah.
Like let's have fun with this, and then that just makes it so much better. And I think at that point you start producing better content too,
Yeah. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
people can tell when you're having fun with
Yeah.
it. So
There's a lot of people. Content creation isn't a full-time job for everyone.
right,
It's something you want to do on the side. You have your full-time job, and if you get into the content creation world, you're gonna see that you're gonna spend hours creating, hours talking to people, hours playing games, especially with this industry in particular, because let's say a game is sent out to you, cool, but then you have to learn it, you have to play it, and then you have to create some content with it, not to mention what the idea is, and then have that out and edit and all that stuff. So there's a lot of steps to going from the game itself to putting it out to the masses. Yeah.
Yep, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So, okay, what if say I'm never done content creation before. Tell me how to get started. Like, what are some of the things that you would recommend as a new content creator? How would you approach opening a new channel? Be it YouTube, be it TikTok, be it
That's
Instagram?
a great question. That's a great question. I think just do it. You're gonna have some Nike. We're like,
and
we're gonna
now
cut that
the
out.
video is flagged.
Yes, and now it's copyrighted.
It wasn't all the Backstreet Boys singing before the video started. That's not what flagged it.
I think we're in a different space now than when we first started with content creation. Do you want to be in the video?
No thanks.
All right, cool. I think we're in a
That's staying
different
in.
space than when we first started.
Yeah.
Because Instagram, Facebook, all this stuff, this was when TikTok was just starting, and it wasn't as big as it was now. So for us, we were able to start off with pictures and whatnot. And I think just start off with that to begin with. Just, toss it out there. Hey, I love board games, or I love whatever it is I love. Grab some photos, post them up, and throw some hashtags in there. 3 to 5, I think, is what it is now.
I still do 30 because I'm old school.
There it is. There it is. The algorithm is always changing, and I want to get back to do it because you want to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, have fun.
Have fun.
I think that would be my suggestion with it is if it's something that you are on the fence about, try it, right?
Yeah.
It's fun, and if you don't have fun, you don't have to do it.
Yeah.
And if you do have fun, then awesome. It's just it's such a good feeling to put something out there, and then people are so nice that
They are.
that it'll be well received. But I kind of go back to a story that I heard about a photography class where the photography class was broken up into two different groups. Half the group said that you were going to be graded on the best picture that you take all semester. And then the other half of the group said that you will be graded on the sheer amount of pictures you take. And every single time, the best pictures came out of the group with the sheer amount of pictures. More pictures, and that's what you do, is you learn by doing.
Yeah. I believe that, and I think there was, from when I started to now, there was a steep learning curve, because you will learn how to edit videos, you'll learn how to edit photos, you'll learn how to manipulate a camera correctly. You'll end up learning these different tools that you never. I mean, if you went to school for it, you will have them.
Yeah.
But if you're just normally just taking pictures on your phone or whatever, you will learn all these tools on how to be a content creator.
Yeah.
Right. And if you get into videos, that's even more so, because then you get into bigger editing software and splicing things in and out, and it's a lot. So I think it's a whole new skill set.
Yeah,
that
it really
you will
itches that
eventually learn.
creative side of my
Absolutely.
brain, which
Absolutely.
does not get, stimulated enough with the board game world.
Stimulated. Nice.
It's a good word. It's a
It
good
is
word, right?
It's a great word.
It's a great word.
I saw somewhere recently that the only thing that people that are creative have in common is the innate need to create.
Yeah.
And that's it. Because everything else
Yeah.
is learned. You spend
That's really cool,
hours
yeah.
and hours and hours learning how to do what it is you want to do.
Yeah. But just like the drive
Yeah.
to make something.
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing, is you're making something.
Yeah.
And if that seems exciting to you, go for it.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
It's always intimidating, right? Like I was telling you right before we hit record, like I've been creating content for about 3 years. I'm nervous about this video because it's something new, right?
I thought it was because it was with me.
Oh yeah, no, you intimidate me a lot. But I mean, like, it's going to be nerve-wracking, but it's going to be so much fun, and it feels so cool to hit publish or post.
Yeah.
Like it's just such
Yeah.
it's a rush. It's
It
a
is,
rush.
it
So
is.
Oh, man.
It's a shot of adrenaline.
it's very
for
much
sure.
so. Very
For
much
sure.
so.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, anything else about content creation that you wanted to cover?
I don't think so. Main points. Do it because you want to create content.
Yes.
I think that is your foundation.
Very much so.
And then everything from there just sprouts of, okay, I'm going to learn how to edit, I'm going to learn how to do this, I'm going to learn how to do that. Especially if you find your passion for it and you want to do it. Because once you get that, you create your base, and then all of a sudden it'll flourish.
Yeah. Absolutely. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me and
Don't reach out to me.
Okay, reach out to
No,
me.
you can reach out to me. Absolutely, please reach
But
out to me.
more than happy to help with any questions or anything that you want to know
Yeah,
more about
for sure.
content creation. Or happy. It's a great community. Highly recommend that you
Yeah.
dive into it and try it.
Yeah.
Or just enjoy more content.
Yeah. Another note: if you see us or any other content creator that you do follow, please approach them, because we love to say hi to people
Yeah.
who know who we are.
We got into this because we like people.
Yeah, we love people. We love being around people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Roberto, thank you so much for coming on the very first interview of the new channel. Very excellent dab. I loved it.
Great form. Great form.
Shear Boredom. All of his links will be in the video description, so go check him out. Follow him. Thank you for joining.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime. Peace.
Bye.